Hello and welcome back to everyone on the Football Zone and to a weekend preview, previewing the FA Cup quarter final action coming up this weekend. But before we do that, we're going to have a quick review of the England games that we saw over the international break. Of course, Thomas Tuchel's first two games in charge of England, one with 3-0 win against Latvia and the other a 2-0 win against Albania. And Jane, pretty similar games, both games you'd expect England to win comfortably. And yeah, they did it. Was it particularly thrilling? I don't think so. But England got the job done. We're not going to see them be well beaten straight on under Tuchel. Obviously, he gets very limited time with them. It's going to take time to mesh, but I think what we saw in his first few games, was just a pretty solid start, and yeah, definitely stuff to build on. So yeah, I'm not going to say I'm over the moon with Tuchel starts, but it's a solid start, and yeah, plenty to build on, which I think was probably about the best we could hope from games like those. But moving on then to the big FA Cup games coming up this weekend, and they're going to start off at Craven Cottage with Fulham taking on Crystal Palace. Now, of course, bear in mind the winners get to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final, and yeah, Fulham coming into this one bit of inconsistent form, whereas Palace have got 5 wins on the trot, absolutely flying. So I think maybe the international break could have come at a good time for Fulham. Maybe Palace would have lost some of their steam. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So yeah, I'm going to say Fulham at home will definitely fancy their chances as well. So I'm going to say Fulham at home will just nick it and will get to Wembley. Moving on into Brighton against Forest. And yeah, I'm finding this an intriguing game because obviously it wasn't long ago where Forest were tonking Brighton 7-0 at the City Ground. But since then, Brighton have been on a remarkable run, I think it's fair to say. And Forest as well, they've won the last 3. So we know what a bloody good team both these are. And I think, both these teams will be feeling that they deserve to get to Wembley after pretty solid seasons for the pair of them, especially Nottingham Forest. But I think at home, Brighton will fancy their chances, but I do also feel like Forest may just have a bit too much. I'm going to say 2-1. Moving on into Preston against Aston Villa. And yeah, I think Aston Villa, no disrespect to Preston, but will probably be delighted when they got this draw. Of course, you can imagine deep down will probably be sold out. Massive game for them. But Villa, with the quality of player they have and the rest of the teams left in the competition, you'd expect them to probably come away with a win from this one and, progress onto Wembley. So yeah, I'm definitely going to say that Aston Villa are the heavy favourites going into this one. I'm going to say it will finish up 3-1 to the Villa. And finally, Bournemouth against Manchester City at the Vitality Stadium. A very intriguing one. This one, we know how good both these teams can be on their day. Trouble is, it's just been a bit inconsistent as of late, but I think both teams will see this as a big opportunity, not just to get to Wembley, but go on to win it. Man City, the only team of the so-called Big Six left in it. Bournemouth, we know what team they are on their day. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one. I think Man City need this trophy though. I think they'll just have enough to beat Bournemouth, and I'm going to say they'll come away with a win here.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.